Welcome to Burl Sports. We'll get rolling here in just a minute. It is 8 o'clock here in the Central Time Zone. Make sure the stream's coming through all right, and then we will be ready to roll. Hope you all are doing great on this Saturday evening. Appreciate you tuning in on Saturday. I know this week's been different in terms of when we've been broadcasting, so glad you guys were able to tune in. All right, YouTube's looking good. Check on Facebook and then we'll get rolling. Do feel free to interact in the chat. You will have to interact in the chat if you want to win the free spot in a minute if you entered that giveaway. So, because you got to be able to respond in the chat for me. All right, Facebook's looking good too. Hey, what's up, Steve? We'll give folks a minute or two to hop in here. I'll do a little overview of what we've got slated, and then we'll pop into these breaks because we're doing the Clearout mixer first, which means we're going to bust a lot of these repacks. Hey, what's up, Rob? And then we'll hop into the 51 Bowman after that. The big chase, of course, in the mixer is the 1921 Babe Ruth. What's up, Kevin, Donnie? Good to see you guys. So super cool playing days Ruth in his prime. Also decided to do something fun this year. It'll last probably a week, but for those of you who don't know, I'm a big Auburn fan. So Aubie's going to join us until Auburn loses a college football game. So I had to get it out tonight because they play next Friday night, and it's I don't know, it's a coin toss. We're on the road against Baylor. We'll see. But Aubie will go away after we lose. Might bust him back out if we get a big win or something. But all right, what's up, Michael? All right. So we're gonna do the Clearout mixer first. We will do both YouTube free spot giveaways. So 122 spots in the Clearout mixer. The checklist is here. So you can see we've got cards coming out of the repacks. We're going to bust a bunch of these repacks. Bowman spots in between. Ruth is smack dab. Well, it says SGC 5. It's SGC Authentic, but you guys saw the scans. So Ruth's spot number 53. Not quite smack dab in the middle, but he's close. But yeah, so this is the order, same checklist that was on the listing. And we don't randomize the list of cards, we randomize the list of participants. So however many spots you bought, that's how many times your name's in our list. We'll randomize that list, and then it looks like so, right? Well, actually, I didn't make the list right yet. So here, let me pop this over. I'll say this is one beautiful thing about ChatGPT is that, or any large language model could probably do this, but I can just pop this list in here and it'll make them right for me. What's up, Patrick? Hey, Michael. Double Michael's in the chat. So that's fun. Cool. All right, while we wait on me to get that organized, we're going to do our YouTube giveaway. We got 21 live viewers. I think 30 of you entered. You do have to interact in the chat, so let me grab this link. And so we're just picking a random comment. You just got to let me know you're here, Hey, what's up, Rob? Right. Right. 28 comments, not 30. I was close. All right, so pick a winner. All right, Patrick. We saw Patrick already in the chat, so Patrick, you're the winner of the free spot in this one. And then we're going to do one more winner for the 51 Bowman. All right. The best ears in baseball. Sorry, Patrick, I was just reading your comment. I didn't see that before, but that's awesome. The best ears in baseball. What's up, Rob, Joe, Christian, Stroh's fan? That's right. All right, 51 Bowman winners next. We got Johnny B. Good. Some of you guys with your YouTube names that I have to work to figure out who you are. Is Johnny B. Good in the house? Give you about 60 seconds or so. 33 Babe Ruth is what Johnny B. Good called out for, wanting to see in a mixer break. That's doable. We did a couple of those last year. Um, it's Roots are hard to find a good deal on. You know what I mean? I don't like to upcharge on the mixers. I like for them to be pretty close, as close to even value as I can get. So that means I got to buy it right, and they're harder to buy right. Everybody wants a Gouty Ruth, that's for sure. Iconic card, but see if we can make another one happen soon. All right, give me another do 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 do. Okay, next winner, Stroh's fan. Johnny B missing. Oh. All right, and now I saw you in the chat earlier. Looking for that Nolan Ryan in. And just tell me who you actually are, by the way, so I can get it shipped to the right person, because I can't ever remember handles. Um, while I wait on you to tell me that, congrats to Michael Rosenbaum for winning the free spot in the Card Hound Vintage Forum giveaway. So if you haven't checked out that forum, do so. Matt over there's a good dude. He's got some cool value he adds to that forum if you check it out. Um, good stuff. All right. So you can see these are the spots in the 51 Bowman. You can't see that. That's way too small. These are the spots in the 51 Bowman that are going to come from this Clearout mixer. So that's why we're doing it first. That means let me grab the list out of this other window. $122 items is a good thing. Shift those to the right. Well, that didn't work. I gotta enable editing and then I can copy it. All right. Here, I'm going to make y'all watch my little spreadsheet count thing that I do every time just to make sure All right, so we do a little sum if B, B2, A, so it counts how many times your name, how many spots you should have, and this counts how many times your name's actually there. And then I do C2 minus D2. Do like a good spreadsheet. Okay. And as long as we got zeros all the way down, well, that's too far down. That's because that's where our list ends, I think. Yeah. Okay. So nobody's missing anything. That means all our numbers line up. So we're good to go there. All right. Let me type Patrick's name back in here. We're good to go. All right. Good luck, folks. This is the time where I need your help, though, deciding how many times we're going to random this list. So let's do between or including 5 and 11. Third number is how many times we'll randomize this list. Fourth number is how many times we'll randomize the 51 Bowman. And Astros fan, remind me who you are again so I can actually ship you your card. All right, we got some numbers rolling in. Let's count. 1, 2, 3. So that's 8 randoms for the mixer, and then 11 randoms for the 51 Bowman. All right. Cool beans. All right. 8 randoms coming your way. Is this big enough to see? Maybe one more. Okay. There's 1 random, 2, 3, 4. Oops, did I miss it? Oh, we're just spinny. Okay, yeah, there's 4. Again's 5, 6, 7, and 8. Got Andrew Goldman on top. Kevin Kelly on bottom. Hey, what's up, Christopher? All right. Now I'm going to shift this view just a little so we can see the cards as we bust some of these repacks. It does mean you won't see as much obby. I know y'all are all disappointed. Okay. He's still got an arm in there. But we need to shift that down. Cool. So 62 pack is up first. If you haven't checked out these repacks, they're a lot of fun. They're just set breaks that are pre-packaged, and I evenly distributed the hits. You know, which for some of these, you know, the 60 sets works out to 1 or even more than 1 on some of the sets if you count, you know, leaders cards, or, you know, you've got all the all-stars, so lots of oh, here I am cutting this and you can't see the names. Okay. All right. But yeah, so the repacks are pretty cool. So 62, I was more focused on price point than I was on like the exact number of cards. This is Adam, so we're doing the mixer first, and then there are the last 24 spots in the Bowman break are in this mixer, so we got to do it before we can do the Bowman. Spot one's always on top. Spot, the last spot in a pack's on bottom. What's up, Mike? Good to see you in the chat, man. That's right, Derek. Auburn gets their first, maybe their first visit to Norman ever. I don't remember them going, but maybe they did back in the day. All right, so you'll see as we roll through these packs. They're pretty cool. It's a nice 62 set that we broke up in here. So this is for Andrew Goldman, spot number 1. And you'll see me put these little stickers on that just lets me know what's where. Spot number 2, Drysdale. Going to Bradley O'Connor. Steve Valinsky is spot 3. Wally Moon. That's the other thing about this mixer that I thought was kind of fun is, we may still hit some really big cards in these that, kind of gives a fun little variety. Card 4 in the pack, Norm Seaburn. Card 5, Sawatsky. So 4 was James Hopp. Josh Bailey gets 5. That means 6 is for Donald Barnett. Big power. Then 7, Shane Stevens. Then Patrick Sturgeon gets 8. Ty Klein. Rookie star there. All right, 1 pack down. That means we got some Bowman spots next for Jason Gasick, Matthew Piscatella, and Mark Stemmerman. Then another 62 Topps pack. Uh-oh, got a good one right on top. Let's see, that's Andy Dinger with spot 1. Manager's Dream, 5.5. Great card there for you, Andy. Nice snag on the Manager's Dream. All right. Now, because the math didn't always work out, some of these have more than the advertised number of cards, so we'll figure out a way to give those away if we run into that situation with any of these packs. Anthony Ciccarelli, spot 2. Harry Cheedy. Means 3s, Aaron Duff. Fred Hutchinson. Thomas Moody. Getting high number. Bertie Tebbetts. Kevin Fiedler, spot 5. Good old Dave, 509. Six, Jake Wood, rookie trophy. That is for Andy Dinger. 7 is Kevin Kelly. Whitey Herzog. There we go. And Glenn Berger. Ooh, rookie parade. A lot of the rookie parade cards are tougher. 592. It's a nice little hit for you, Glenn. Right. Should have some Bowman spots next. Mike O'Leary snagging one along with Anthony Ohm. And then one more 62 Topps pack. And yeah, if you don't know, there were 74 of these. They're all hand numbered. They're all, some of them are selling better than others. You know, some of them there's only 10 or 15 packs left. Some of them just have not moved for whatever reason. All right. Okay, so spot 1 in pack 3 going to Craig Zimprich is Bob Taylor. Bob DeLiba is the second one. That's going to Anthony Ciccarelli. Third spot in this pack is Greg Ritzer. I haven't seen Greg in here tonight. Wonder if he missed that we're breaking on Saturday. Jerry Lynch. Aaron Duff, spot 4. Tony Taylor. Dina Connolly. Snagging the Cepeda. Hey, what's up, David? Good to see you in the chat. Matt Pottle is spot 6. Jim Golden. High number there, 568. Spot 7. Fred Mastretta. Getting the Lee Stang. And Patrick Sturgeon. Getting the Camilo Pascual. Two more Bowman spots here. Right. So Mark Stemmerman, Bradley J. O'Connor with those bonus, or those 51 Bowman spots. Puts us about a third of the way through. We're going to look at some '54 Topps packs. These were only 3 per. A couple of, let's see, I know the Aaron's been hit. I know the Banks has been hit because people posted on social media about it. I don't recall what else has been hit, so I do remember those for sure, though. All right. First pack of these. So we got Kevin Kelly, Donald Barnett, Mark Stemmerman. Hey, what's up, Phil? Oh, got a nice little one here. I don't know if you guys can tell from that angle what that graded card is. All right, Kevin Kelly. Getting that Gene Conley. Hey, Quados. Yeah, so I got a guy who works for me about 10, 15 hours a week, helping me with packaging and such. And yeah, he definitely just swapped it up. Sometimes face up, sometimes face down. Donald Barnett getting Arnold Portachero. I don't know if I said that right. Right, but Mark Stemmerman. Ernie Banks. Huge hit. I thought the Banks had already been hit. Maybe it was the K line that had been hit. So congrats, Mark. Massive, massive hit. Pretty confident that's all the rookies though, because I remember seeing two of them come across my feed. So PSA 3, Banks, of course, notoriously cut off toward the top. But got the whole name here. Nice PSA 3 Hall of Fame rookie. All right, I doubt we'll top that in the next pack. Well, I guess before, let's see. Yeah, so we got all these back to back. Yeah, absolutely huge hit on the Banks. So next pack goes for Andrew, Steve, and that's Steve Valinsky and Aaron Hervey. All right, 46 of you guys tuning in live now. We're plugging through these. My condolences, Johnny. My condolences. Paris Fain for Andrew Goldman. Now on these 54 packs, because we only did 3 cards per pack, every pack doesn't have a hit. Those are spread out. Carl Olson for Steve, and then spot 3, Aaron Hervey gets Dick Wyke. And then third 54 pack, Chris Gongi, Bradley O'Connor, and Daniel Villanova. Right, so Chris is up first, snagging the Johnny Logan. You can see some of these 54 tops are really nice. Bradley O'Connor getting Del Baker. Daniel Villanova getting the Hank Bauer. Beautiful color on that Bauer. Good stuff. Right, Patrick Sturgeon, Daniel Villanova snagging 51 Bowman spots. And then we've got some 67 packs. 67 packs are fun. This is one that's not sold very many for whatever reason. Graded card 1 in every 4. And 76 packs in this one, so we split them into 8 cards per pack, so 76 packs. I hand numbered the, the labels and then just shuffled them so they ended up in a random order. Right. Hey, what's up, Daniel? Oh, you got the Hank. I think, did you tweet that? I can't remember if you tweeted it or if you just sent me a message. High number here for Greg with spot number 1. Spot number 2 is going to be Brian, aka Andy Smith. RBI leaders: Frank Robinson, Harmon Killebrew, Boog Powell. Then we got Jason Edmister, spot 3. Darold Knowles. Darold. I don't know that I've ever heard that name. Darold. Darold Knowles. Any Darolds in the chat? Spot 4, Patrick Sturgeon, Sammy Ellis. Five's also Patrick Sturgeon. Getting a Bob Johnson. We are getting close to Ruth here in just a minute. Mike O'Leary getting Jim Hickman. Kyle Pinkowski getting Elston Howard. With spot 50 in the break. 8th card. Reds team card for Aaron Duff. Means some 51 Bowmans next. Kevin Kelly, Chris Gangi, and boom, Derek, huge hit on the Ruth. Means you got to take it easy on my Tigers when they come to town, Derek. (1921) hand cut strip card, Babe Ruth. Beautiful playing days card. Derek, if you don't want him, if he doesn't belong for you, I'd be happy to buy him off you because I like that card a lot. Another 51 Bowman spot for Daniel Villanova. Let's see if we can hit some other cool cards in these repacks. All right, James Hop is up first on the 67 repack. Right. Sam McDowell. Next up, Patrick Sturgeon getting Dick McCloof. I don't know if I said that right. I don't think I did. Be confident. Say it fast. Move on. All right. Pardon the self-talk. Andy Dinger, spot 3. Felix. Milan? Mike Heffelfinger. Bob Barton. Glenn Berger, spot 5 in the 67 pack. Getting Fred Whitfield. A pretty nice 67 set. Brent Page. Getting a Pete Ward. Fair enough, Derek. It's hard to blame tucking a Ruth away. Greg Ritzer. Getting the Don Cardwell. It's a high number. Oh, here's a Hall of Famer, Greg. Nice time to go back to back with Bob Gibson. Couple more 51 Bowman spots, Joey Wida and Kevin Casper. And we'll hop into another 67 pack. Yeah, I'm just going to do that instead of fighting the box. Okay, we've got Kurt Flood. Flood goes to Matthew Piscatella. Greg's next. Billy Williams. So, a couple Hall of Famers for Greg. 3, Joe Stanton. We're over halfway through this one now. J.C. Martin, that's a high number. Anthony Ciccarelli is 4. Going to Mac Jones. Getting Mac Jones. Sorry, Anthony, I'm not sending you to Mac. It's not what you signed up for. Greg, spot 5, getting Walt Bond. Chris Gongi is 6. Bob Bull. 7s for Kevin Kelly. Steve Hargan. And 8 for Aaron Hervey. Ed Spezio. Right, some more Bowman spots. We've got one for Mike Heffelfinger and one for Fred Mastretta. And then we've got a 59 pack. That one had a little bit of a thunk to it, didn't it? Y'all probably didn't hear that because my mic cancels that background noise, but it sounded like a thunk. And there's a reason. All right. So, who we got? 59 pack, spot 1, Mark Stemmerman with Ed Matthews. Really nice SGC 4.5 on this Matthews. I sent this one in myself. I thought it was going to get a better grade than that, but still a really nice card. Nice hit for you, Mark. Spot 2, Aaron Hervey. 1, Pizarro. Threes, Greg. Sporting News, Rookie Stars. 127, Kent Hadley. Patrick Sturgeon. Went to Joe DeMaestri. Yeah, I hope we, honestly, I hope we don't hit too many good ones, Andy, because then people are going to be like, well, he just hit all the good ones. I'm not going to buy those. Let's see. Jason Edmister, spot 5. Eddie Yost. Derek Peaster. And the Leon Wagner. Leon Wagner is no Babe Ruth, though, is he, Derek? Greg Zimprich. Don Demeter. Also, these 59 packs are 10 cards per pack, as are the 68s. So your hit distribution's a little bit better in them because fewer packs. Dave Sisler. That's for Thomas Moody. Aaron Duff's next. Getting the Les Moss. You know, I also tried to spread out the high numbers too. So they should be spread out by series relatively evenly. Well, not necessarily series, but I grouped them in like, you know, stacks, even stacks. 10, this is for Daniel Villanova. And so you won't get like all cards in the 100s or whatever. Greg going back to back on 51 Bowman spots. Congrats, man. Right, next 59 pack. Isn't that tape nice, by the way? The little logo tape. Sticker mule for the win on that stuff. Although it's a little annoying to use because it's the paper tape, so you gotta like use a wet sponge to activate it. But it's so worth it. Right, we got Earl up first with spot 1. Hitting the Gus Triandos all-star high number. Spot 2. This is the free spot for you, Patrick. Stacking the Senators team card. Spot 3. This one's Kevin Casper. Frank Torrey. Mike Heffelfinger is spot 4. It says 90 overall, so we're 3/4 of the way through, so they're getting close to 51 Bowman time. Heffelfinger snagging the Nellie Fox all-star high number. Well, this pack's kind of low-key loaded. Kevin Kelly getting the early win. That's a couple of high numbers, plus an early win. Jordan Adams getting Billy Hunter. Mark Stemmerman. Stan Lapota. Kevin Kelly's up next with 8. That is Chuck Tanner. Nine, Ryan Mays. Getting a Coot Veal. Sounds like something on the menu, doesn't it? All right. And last one in this pack, Aaron Hervey, Johnny Groth. Boy, that's a pretty card. All right, a couple more Bowman spots. Matt Pottle, Greg Ritzer on this one. Nice hits, guys. 59 Topps pack again. Then we'll have a few more Bowman spots and then a 68 pack. Okay, James Hop up first. John Blanchard. Kevin Kelly is next. Norm Seaburn. Steve Valinsky. Getting Don Rudolph. Andrew Goldman. Getting Frank Malzone. High number action. Chris Marzullo. He's next. Spot 5 in this pack. Getting a Mel Roach. Spot 6, Jeremy Marquand. Dick Gray. Seven, Jason Kasich. Herb Plews. Andrew Goldman. Spot 8, Bob Tiefenauer. Nathaniel Hardy. Spot 9. Hal Griggs. Patrick Sturgeon. Getting the Calavitos. Great catch, saving the game. Baseball Thrills is a fun little subset. I think you can be happy with Babe, Derek. 51 Bowman going to Aaron Hervey and Brian Smith. And then a 68 pack. Patrick Sturgeon's our first spot on the 68 pack. Now, 68 pack is also 10 cards a pack. Stickers were just a little bit larger on some of these than others, so they cover up those edges. Right. Oh, we got something fun. Looks like it's the last one, too. So we'll see who ended up down there. All right. So Patrick Sturgeon's up first, spot 1 in the 68. And we're just minutes away from the Bowman break. So if anybody was like, hey, text me when he's about to start Bowman, I don't want to watch all these packs. It's time. Mike Heffelfinger, getting Cecil Upshaw. Chris Gongi, spot 3. Getting the A's team card. Jeremy Mariquin, spot 4. Getting a Bob Barton. Spot 5, Kevin Fiedler. Frank Robinson. All-Star. 68 is one of those years where there's a lot of Hall of Famers to begin with. And then add on All-Stars on top of that. League leader cards. It's a lot of star power in these sets. It's going to be like a super pack. Pinson, not a Hall of Famer, but not a nobody. That's spot 6 for Andrew Goldman. Greg Ritzer, spot 7. Snagging the Don Kissinger. Spot 8, Shane Stevens. Julian Javier. All right, this is going to be one where we've got an extra card. So this is about to get interesting. So we'll do the random for the extra card amongst folks who are in this pack. I think that seems fair. Braves team card for Mike Heffelfinger. It's going to be a good extra random, too. Fred Gladding. Going to Patrick Sturgeon. All right. That means for those of you who are in this 68 pack, we're going to random off this Willie Mays 8 OC. So shifted to the left, as you can see. But beautiful near mint card otherwise. Greg, man, yeah, you've picked up some 51 Bowman spots. But right now we got to do another random for the folks in this 68 pack. Let's see. We'll random it the same number of times that we did overall. So 8 randoms. Whoever comes out on top gets the maze. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Mike Heffelfinger. Huge hit, Mike. Nice little maze for you. Oh, well, have fun, Greg. All right, back over to this window so we can see, not that one. Where'd it go? Here. Last 2 Bowman spots go to Andy Dinger and Kevin Kelly. All right. So, let me move these out of the way from the mixer. We'll even move the babe. Give him a little bye kiss. Love you, babe. Set up Willie here, and then you'll get to watch me organize my spreadsheet with our newest spot winners. Let me shift the view so you aren't watching it on squint mode. Okay, data, filter. We want 51 Bowman spot. Okay, copy. Oops, I didn't need to go away. I need to go to my other tab. So here's our 51 Bowman spots. You can see here we've got those as to be determined. Look at that, lined up perfect and everything. Okay, I am going to delete these real quick though. So same song and dance here with 51 Bowman. However many spots you bought, that's how many times your name's in the list. That's how many cards you're going to get. Randomize the list of participants, and we'll paste it right next to the checklist. We're almost there. I should have just done this the fast way. Alas, I'm committed at this point. All right. So, congrats again to Astros fan for winning the free spot in this one. Do get in on the free spot giveaways, folks. There's no point in not getting in. All you had to do was comment on a video for this one. Like, and be here. And you're already here. So you might as well enter. All right. We decided earlier we are randomizing this one 11 times. Good luck, folks. May the odds be ever in your favor. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Okay, so we'll paste this right next to our checklist. And then I'm going to shift our view. We're going to dig in. Right, well, Greg, I don't know if you're still here, but we got a Yankee for you. Whitey Ford rookie. In that very good, maybe good range. Nice hit on the Whitey Ford rookie for a Yankee fan, especially Greg. Another Yankee up next, card number 2, Jared Houston. Haven't seen Jared in the chat. SGC3 on the Yogi. Now, not a ton of cards to look at, so this will not be as long as, one of our bigger broadcasts. And we only show the hits, so I'll post the full results after the broadcast is over, so you can go see exactly which cards you hit if you've never broken with me before. Daniel Villanova, getting the Robin Roberts. Great color. A little bit of staining on this card, but beautiful example. Let's see. Derek, there's your Dale Mitchell going to Christian. Don Newcomb going to Andy Smith. Good image on the Newcomb. Gil Hodges is next. Going to Paul Ganem. Red Shane Dienst going to David Mowat. Go David, Cardinal legend. Phil Rizzuto is next. Before we get there, there's the free spot popping up. Number 18, Gil Cone for you, Astros fan. Rizzuto going to Mike O'Leary. There you go, Mike. We'll snag on the Rizzuto. Same image in the 50 Bowman. Looks a lot better on the 51 because of the way he's stretched out like that. Great portrait up next. Bob Feller portrait. Going to David Mowat. Love the Feller. Nicely centered. Great card. Look at that. Michael Rosenbaum snagging the Roy Campanella. Huge hit for you, Michael. One of my favorite Campy cards. You got the catcher gear. He's throwing off the mask. You got the random dude in the stands with the sunglasses on. There's just a lot about this card that I like. The knee protectors. Fantastic card. Congrats, Michael. Duke Snyder. Great horizontal card. This one's a little crispy. It's got a stain on the back, though. Going to Joe Driver. But beautiful card. If it weren't for the stain, that's like a 6. George Kell, 46. Going to Douglas Meyer. Really think the artwork on Bowman stuff is underappreciated. Good stuff. Dick Sisler going to David Harris. There's Sisler. Bob Lemon is next. Going to Greg Ritzer. Another fantastic portrait. This one is of Enos Slaughter. Going to Michael Leary. There you go, Mike. So 2 hits for you in this one. Beautiful color. Great portrait. Lou Boudreau. He's number 62. Going to Jeremy Marquand. Up a little ways, 78. Early win. Going to Douglas Stefano. Love the look on Wynn's face on this card. Yeah, can't quite get it. There we go. Little mischief. Right, Pee Wee Reese going to Don McIntosh. This Reese is it's another great portrait card. SGC 4 on this one. Dark background really makes it pop. Thompson going to Chris Gungy. Preacher Row. Card's got a little bit different perspective. Full body shot. Let's see, Row is 118. Going to Jeremy Marquand. Warren Spahn card is a great one. In the windup, 134, going to Fred Mastretta. Nice hit on the Spahn. Fred. Well, can't quite get the focus to hit here. There we go. Right. Ted Kluszewski. 143. Going to Jared Houston. Now the set is, the Hall of Famers in the set are front loaded. Not as many in the later series. So even though we're only, a third of the way through the set, there's not a lot of Hall of Famers left to see. Larry Doby is next. Going to James DeLong. Another great card. That is a repeat image, but just looks a lot better on the taller 51 card than it does on the 50 Bowman. Love the Doby. There we go. Ted Williams is next. 165. Going to Andrew Goldman. SGC 2 on the Ted. You can see decent centering, just some corner wear is really the main detractor, but the color is beautiful. Registration solid. Good stuff. Casey Stingel. Went to Brian Feiss. Hank Bauer. Going to Christopher Gungy. Al Rosen. Going to Kenneth Dixon. All right, Paul Richards is 195. Going to James Lee. Not exactly a hit, but just a weird looking card. Always love it. Monty Irvin, going to Don McIntosh. Four and a half on the Irvin rookie. Nice card, Don. He's also in 51 Topps Redback. Okay. Here we are. I've only got 3 cards left to show you, and 2 of them are just monsters. Maybe there are more stars I didn't pull. I don't know. It seems weird. I looked, but I don't remember how hard I looked because this was a couple weeks ago now when I pulled these out and did scans and such. Okay. Mantle's next. He's 253. I don't exactly know what the alteration is, but you can see a little light through the edge there. I'm pretty sure it's trimmed. The corners also just show like extra heavy wear, like rounding. So I don't know if that played a factor. But as far as like centering and presentation goes, it's going to be tough to find one that presents better than this. So beautiful card. Going to be a great addition to somebody's collection. Card number is 253. So we're gonna pop up here and see who snagged it. Yeah, there are definitely other stars I didn't pull. Look. Nellie Fox, DeRocher. Sorry about that. Okay, 253. Angelo DeTolo. Congrats, Angelo. Huge hit on the Mick rookie. Of course, lots of folks call the 52 Topps as rookie, but real rookie, 1951 Bowman. Beautiful card. All right, we'll look at Bill Dickey next. I've got him here in front of me. There really aren't a ton of stars through here, though. All right, there's Dickey, 290. Another Yankee for Greg. Last card we'll look at in this break is the Maze. This is a newer grade, so it's got that heavier feel to it. You can see the extra insert in the PSA holder to keep the card in place. PSA 4. Crease-free card, shifted to the left with, looks like a little printer's mark at that top edge. Could just be a roller mark, not sure. Because I don't know where Maze falls on the sheet. 305, though, is the card number. Willie Mays going to John Lapertosa. Huge hit, John. Absolutely massive card to add to your collection. Congrats, man. Huge, huge hit. Right, we'll just scroll through the end here. That's where it wraps up. As far as sorting and shipping goes, this one will take me a little bit just because I got, 3 different breaks to sort and ship out right now. And yeah, it'll take me a little bit because my help's otherwise occupied. So I gotta I'll strong arm this one myself. We'll get these sorted and shipped out over the next week, and then look for 1967 Topps set break as well as a 56 Topps football set break coming up on the last Friday of the month, the 30th, or no, the 29th. And if you want to add any of those repacks and have them to rip at home, feel free to do that. I can ship them out with your order from this break. Free shipping on all those. All right. That's all I got for tonight. Appreciate